Here we go.
There we go.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
How's it going?
Good, brother. How you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Nice to officially meet you.
Yes, sir.
I'll ask the typical bodybuilding bullshit out the gate. How you feeling?
Oh I'm feeling great compared to like the 22 and 23 Olympia. I mean, preps. I was walking around like a zombie. You know what I mean? And I was like, wasn't present. Like right now, I'm like present right now, and my condition, everything is on point. And it's just, I got my times where I'm tired, this and that, but I ain't such an asshole like I used to be. You know what I mean? Everybody can't believe I'm prepping right now. It's just, I got a whole different mindset with things now. So it's a lot different now.
Do you think that type of mindset comes with just age and doing shows, time in the game? Or did something switch for you?
It just switched for me, you know what I mean? Because, like I said before, 23 Olympia, my relationship blew up on me. I lost my ex-fiance 5 hours before stepping on the big Olympia stage. And that threw me for a woof, you know what I mean? And then I didn't know what I was doing at prejudging, and they was like, you might could get top 10. And then I pulled it together, got top 10, but and then I got blasted all online. So what that did was that just messed me all the way up. You know what I mean? So I put bodybuilding, all that trauma, I put all that together, and I just turned my back on bodybuilding for a minute and had to focus on me without any distractions of bodybuilding, relationships, just doing me, going through that lonely shit, getting through the lonely shit, getting comfortable being alone, cooking my own food, cleaning my own house, doing all this myself, you know what I mean? And found happiness within without bodybuilding, without the relationship. And then once I got through that storm, it was like, shit, I feel like I want to bodybuild still, because they was hopping on the motorcycles and it was like, let's go. I'm like, you know what, y'all go do your thing. I got to wake up in the morning. You know what I mean? And I say, you know what? Halloween was my last time drinking alcohol. Halloween was the last time drinking alcohol. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to drink no more. I'm like, what's going on? Something going on. And I just started locking in more and more. And then I got with Cameron Cheek and it's over with, you know what I mean? But my mental, getting through all that shit I had to get through and like what I've done in the sport already, my name is built. And it's like, I'm coming back right now, just taking bodybuilding back on my own terms. You know what I mean? I'm ending it on my own terms. And no, this ain't gonna be my last year. I'm gonna do one more year after this year because I owe it to myself to really push the real off season and really get my chest and get everything like how I really want it and just punch it in the mouth one more time and be done. You know what I mean? So all that work I did is setting me up for just happiness right now, man. Like one of my things I say is, where your body goes where your body can't go where your mind hasn't been. My mind is already there now, so my body's just following. Every day I'm waking up feeling great, no aches, no pains, no nothing, and it's just, man, and life is just, the pendulum gonna swing back your way. When that motherfucker swing back your way, you got to be ready to attack, and I'm ready to attack, and now I'm about to, I'm back, I'm on my shit now, so I'm enjoying it.
I love that.
So that's awesome.
There's a lot of stuff there that I kind of want to get into because I mean, you said a lot, and it's a lot of stuff that we parrot on this podcast. I think one being, you can't do this if you're not emotionally and mentally in a place to do it. Like, that's impossible. It's impossible to do, especially the high levels. Let's see, where do I want to start with it? Mike, do you have anything that you heard there that you just want to go off of?
I mean, the big thing for me was how you finished that. And I know we're kind of working backwards here if we're going to start there, but one of the things I've repeated to not just the podcast, but to other people is like leaving on your own terms, knowing when you're done, like knowing when you're not. Because you see it all the fucking time of guys just like, man, you probably should have stopped last year. Like, you're going back. Yeah. And there's obviously a lot of reasons that can happen, but I think the big one is what you're talking about, where like it becomes a job instead of something you love. Yeah. And you know, it's awesome that you got the opportunity to, at this point, looking back at it, you probably see it as an opportunity to step away, reorient, and come back with come back with a vengeance and just get after it again, which is just awesome to hear.
And to have your body follow, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
I ain't gonna lie, at first I was like, shit, am I doing the right thing? I should start probably stay on my Harley Road Glide and just keep riding. But you know, I kept training like a bodybuilder hard, even when I was off all gear for those 2 years. You know what I mean? I was on TRT, but I was still training, eating clean food Monday through Friday. Then Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, I'm drinking and doing this. But you know, I always train like a bodybuilder, and I always train like that. So it was just like, something told me I just felt like I'm not like, just because I was like, why do I hate bodybuilding? I hate bodybuilding, but this shit saved my life. After my mom passed, he gave me so much, and then I was just like, oh, that's why I hate bodybuilding. So let me take that shit back, you know what I mean? And to have my body respond and do like you do, and I feel like I'm actually going to be better than I was in 23. It's great, you know what I mean? That puts a bigger smile on my face. I can't wait to take my sleeping medicine to go to sleep and wake up and see what the weight is, see what new cut I got. I'm at that point right now, you know what I mean? So yeah.
That's awesome. So okay, so one thing that really clicked with me before I messaged you is I saw the Beyond the Stage TV, and they had put a couple clips of you up there, and I thought it was your energy. I was like, all right, this is hype. You had this energy of, they're talking about Nick, they're talking about Joe. Joe ain't done nothing yet compared to, like, I've been to the Olympia. This is what I do. And I like that energy. So coming back to the bodybuilding landscape, do you feel like you have a chip on your shoulder? Something to prove?
Chip on my shoulder, you know what I mean? I had a chip on my shoulder my whole career because, like I said, this ain't me complaining either, because I seen some comments, oh, he mad? Nah, motherfucker, I'm a grown man and I'm speaking my shit, you know what I mean? My whole career, it's always been like that. They never have me picking me to win a show, or they picking me low, or they doing this. And, you know, I got a lot of second places on my thing where they were gifts for the other people, you know what I mean? And where I should have won, you know. So my whole career, man, I feel like I always don't get the hype I deserve. I don't get that shit until I always show up. And then they like, oh shit, Griffen was right. You know, he's serious. Oh, look at him now. Instead of me just talking. So I never like to talk, but when I come back and I'm posting, I'm going to Tampa, and they still making it seem like it's only a 2-man show. I'm like, what the fuck's going on with that? You know what I mean? I'm like, hold up. I respect Nick. Nick's a bad boy. Like I said, that's my boy. I'm this and that, that and that. I can't wait to stand next to him. And I wasn't like, who's this Joe guy? Because I really don't know who this Joe guy is, because I've been gone for 2 years, and he came in when I was gone, and then all of a sudden I'm like, he still ain't want to show this and that. Good bodybuilder. I'm sure he's a good bodybuilder, this and that, but you got a lot of heavy hitters in this show coming right now. You got a lot of us. So I'm gonna start. My resume speaks for itself. So I started feeling some type of way, and I just wanted to say something. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying Joe ain't good. I'm not saying this person ain't good. But I'm like, it's a lot of good people on this roster, and I'm one of them motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Right behind Nick, I got the most accolades on that stage right after Nick. You know what I mean? Yep. So yeah, I feel like if it was like anybody else, if it was a Owen Bonac, or when somebody else that's been in the game like I've been in the game as long, you know, they when they come back, oh Bonac, this and that, but it's never me. But I love that, because I thrive off that, you know what I mean? Because my people show me the love, and I got some real people in my corner, and then when I show up, it's just even more nasty, you know what I mean? So yeah.
I think everybody on this podcast resonates with like the underdog mentality. I think being the everyday, the everyday man's bodybuilder is very relatable to most people. And I think that's why, like, your story, who you are, Mike, same. Like, I think that's why you guys resonate with people so much. Because you're not always the ones that are glamorized by social media or the media outlets, but you are the ones that show up, kick people's teeth in, do what you got to do, and walk away and move on. So I think what's that?
I said with a smile on my face.
Yeah, exactly. So I love that. I want to backtrack a bit and just kind of get, for people who are listening, get a little bit of history about your bodybuilding, things before bodybuilding. We'll just do that really quick.
Yeah,
Let people know.
man. You know, I didn't know nothing really about bodybuilding. I thought Hulk Hogan was a bodybuilder when I got into bodybuilding. So I had to do some research so I didn't look like a fool out here. Long story short, you know what I mean? Long story short, my mom passed away, and I should have done something in sports. I should have been football. I should have been something like that, but I wanted to be in the streets. I wanted to party. I didn't want to do all this and do all that. So I was kind of like, felt like a waste of athletic ability. And then, you know, when my mom passed, I fell off the deep end, you know what I mean? And basically I just needed some saving. And one day they was like, man, you should do bodybuilding. And I was like, fuck it, I'm going to be a bodybuilder. And this was after, like, you know, my mom passed away October 2012, October 10, 2012. And I'm talking about till February of 2014, I just like fell off the deep end, you know what I mean? Drugs, partying, didn't give a fuck about life at all. And I just said, I got to be better than this. You know what I mean? She wanted better for me. So then that's when I was like on a 3 or 4 day bender, all fucked up, threw the drugs away, went into the gym and said, I'm going to be a bodybuilder. And I saw a pro bodybuilder, his name Keith Williams. He was like the main dog around Minnesota. He was a pro bodybuilder. I was like, I want to look like him. I seen a big brother and I wanted to look like him. Man, I started prepping for that show like February. I was gonna do an all natural show. I was gonna do the all natural Minnesota, and then they would say, "You got the genetics to do the NPC Mr. Minnesota." I'm like, "Fuck it, let's do it." And then I remember I see this black dude. This motherfucker look a certain way, and a few weeks later he looked at something else. And I'm like, "What's going on?" Oh, he on that shit. And like he on that shit. And I'm like, nah, I'm gonna stay natural. Nah, I'm gonna stay natural. I ain't gonna do that. Couple weeks go by again. Damn. Like, dude is changing. Yeah, he on that shit. 1 week went by, I said, man, let me get some of that shit. You know what I mean? He only had about 6 weeks left, so it really didn't hit all the way. And long story short, I went to win Mr. Minnesota, won the whole show. And that was like the first time I had like true happiness in my life after my mom passed. It was like her telling me, go ahead, this is what you're supposed to do. And I went 100 miles per hour. I got my pro card November of 2015, a year and a half later. And man, I just been on the pro stage since, all top. One time out of my career, you know, I fell out the top 5 first call out. That was 2019. But man, I got this bodybuilding shit saved my life, man. You know, and Minnesota ain't nobody ever done what I done in bodybuilding. So, you know, it's kind of like around Minnesota, I made it realistic for people to get pro cards, you know what I mean? Because nobody was getting them around here. And then here, all of a sudden, I come on the scene. I said, I'm going to turn pro, and I do it. They like, damn, I was just walking by him, and he turned pro, and he fucking when we talking this and that. And I made it realistic out here in Minnesota for people to get pro cards, man. And basically, you know, I felt like, man, my mom gave her life to give me life. So I felt like now I speak about good shit, and I help people get through, fix their bodies. I help men change their mindset, women change their mindset. And I did all through bodybuilding. You know what I mean? Bodybuilding has gave me that platform to, you know, do what I'm doing now. And I get to wake up every day and joke around with people and change people's lives because of bodybuilding. You know what I mean? And I felt like my mama put bodybuilding in front of me, and she's the one that's like, nigga, what you doing, man? You ain't supposed to be done right now. Don't let none of that stuff take you out. You know what you're supposed to do, and I got drawn back into it. You know what I mean? And I listened to that feeling, and I listened to everything, and I'm happy I did, man, because now here we is about to be 2 weeks out from Tampa Pro, big ass show. And it's like, what better way to come back and show my ass, you know what I mean? And next to his 2 million followers, next to this and next to that, I'm out there looking like crazy, you know what I mean? So what I'm going to do is just try to not try. I'm gonna just work my strengths, you know what I mean? My shapes and my proportions, you know what I mean? And like my shit, I ain't never looked this aesthetic. The way my body's looking right now, and refresh this and that, I ain't never looked this aesthetic, man. And I feel like, man, we got some special shit going, me and Cameron right now. It's very easy, you know what I mean? Very easy. So
dude, that front shot that got reposted today of you, I'm like, God damn. I'm like, I've never seen you look like that. So it's like, it's a lights out look. And it blows my mind that you haven't gotten any respect going into Tampa. I'm like, you guys are fucking sleeping on Charles, and you guys are going to get woken the fuck up.
They're going to wake up. They're going to wake up, man. Like, I don't know. I'm just with Cameron, man. I tell you what, when I'm done, man, I'm about to be, and while I'm still working with him, I need to be an understudy, because the way he do shit, and the way he's like, how he had me nervous, and he just chilled with it. Oh, we'll be right about this time. I'm like, is this why he's refeeding me when I think I'm supposed to hit the baseline?
Yeah, dude.
He me out of the food fatigue and the body fatigue, and then 2 refeeds in a day, and then 2 refeeds next to, and then a moderate day, and then he's like, oh, we should be good. And then I wake up looking like, I'm like, damn. Like,
he's a wizard, man.
Yeah, Ranson works with him as well.
Yeah,
I like him. I like him. So it's real easy working with him.
Wait till you peak with him, bro. Like, I'm telling you, for North Americans and nationals, like it was so peaceful, like the whole time.
Yeah,
because like I knew he just had my back completely, and just like, you know, he'd look at me. They'd be like, all right, see my food, and just I'd be surprised about it half the time. Like, okay, I'm just gonna trust it. Like, everything worked so perfect. It was so easy. Like, we didn't do anything drastic. You know, I think even with like a diuretic, we did like either like an 1/8 or a 16th of a diazide, and
like I was getting mad at him because I wasn't getting no certain shit. I'm like, man, I'm ready I want to feel this feeling. And then once I get that, and then a couple weeks later, he pulls it in. And then I'm like, oh, and then he pulls it in. I'm just, man, it's just how he does it. It's to a calculation, you know. I love it, man.
He's super calculated, driven. I'm so stoked to see you and him like peak together, man, because you look wild already.
Because he's coming out to Tampa Tuesday, and I'm going out Tuesday too. So,
oh hell yeah!
I just enjoy that time where I get to get 3 training sessions, all those days underneath them and looking at them, and just do what we do. It's gonna be dope.
Yeah. It's if people aren't paying attention to what Cameron's doing right now, I mean, like, any of you who've been watching, you've all seen what he's done with Anton.
Yeah.
That guy, that dude's a fucking different human than he was a year ago.
Yeah.
So,
not that they're the only two doing it either, but you know, both him and Jacoby come from the Jansen tree, but they've obviously gone significantly further their own way about these things. And again, not that they're the only coaches that do this, man, but my peaks with him have been there's no tricks, there's no bullshit, there's no stress, it's simple. We just eat a little bit of food, we cut a little bit of water, and you show up looking fucking saran wrapped.
Yeah.
And you guys, for those of you out there, you got to stop looking for the missing piece of like some special drug protocol or some special food or like some special timing. It's got nothing to do with that. You need to find a coach you got a good relationship with and knows what the fuck they're doing, and just do your work, and the rest takes care of itself.
Yep. Man, I'm doing 4 days, 25 minutes cardio. That's all I'm doing.
Hell yeah.
Like the whole time he kept it like that. He's like, you know, we're just going to keep it right there. He's like, I like how it's doing with your legs. I'm like, damn, for real? And then it's just working, and I'm fresh. I'm like, do this.
You feel like you're not doing enough.
That's what I'm saying, man. We've all done the 90 minutes on the stairs preps, right? Like, you think that's the way it's supposed to be, but it doesn't have to be that way, especially once you get later on. You got all that tissue. Like,
only thing I don't like about him is he don't like cheat meals. My whole bodybuilding career, since I've been competing in 2014, I've had cheat meals all through. I had this the longest time, 16 weeks without a damn cheat meal. There's just been nothing but refeeds, this and that. And like, I want one, but the way my body feels right now, like I'm not having any if anything goes wrong, I know, because I'm only using this amount of stuff, you know, with the food and everything. So it's like crazy. It's crazy. Oh yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah, even his like maintenance days he throws in, where he's like, "All right, we're gonna give you like he calls almost like diet break days, where it's like barely above like what you were doing, and he may have had like a couple tablespoons of nut butter." Like those feel miraculous, man.
Yeah.
Does he feed the shit out of you guys on high days?
Yeah, my refeed day is like 900 carbs. Yeah. And then my moderate day right now is like 675, 680.
Hell yeah.
Then my baseline is 268.
Yeah. Wow. Because I know, like, when I hit a high day, man, like, if I wanted a cheat, he would let me have one, but I don't even fucking want one by the end of the day because I'm like, I couldn't even fit this if I wanted to. Food's almost disgusting after I finish a high day.
Brendan, you ever have high days like that?
Ask him, and I'll be like, fuck it, I'm not gonna ask him because I feel great.
Yeah.
Nah, man, shit's moving. Let it go.
Off season was 900.
Yeah.
Ooh, shit.
And that's off season, right? That's not in prep.
But that was off season and when I was still driving at UPS. So it was like, I'm going through like 6,000 calories and I'm just burning right through it.
Yeah. That food's different when you're most of the way through a prep and you've been hungry and your stomach starts shrinking. Then he's like, all right, 1,000 grams of carbs tomorrow. Like, it's going to feel good, but it's also going to suck by the time 9 o'clock comes around.
Yeah. At the beginning, it was hard. Now I look at that and I still be hungry. I might eat a couple more rice cakes. I'm like, it's a refeed day. A couple more rice cakes ain't gonna hurt. You know what I mean? Because I'm hungry. Like where I'm at right now, that refeed day ain't shit. I look at that food, I eat all that. I'm looking for more. So my body's right now.
It's crazy how he works. Like, dude, like I never thought I'd be able to eat as much food as I did when he gave me my refeeds. Like I eat like 400 grams of rice, and like I'm a notoriously slow eater normally through life. But dude, like towards the end of prep, he's giving the refeed days, like it is fast as shit, just hammered down the food. It's funny for North Americans. My buddy came with me. He wanted to come see and support me, and he knows how slow I eat. And like literally, like one of the meals Cameron had for a carb was like close to 500 grams of rice.
Yeah,
and like I'm sitting there eating it. He's cooking some food for himself. And he turns around and he goes, "Where the fuck did your food go?" I'm like, "What do you mean? I ate it." He's like, "There's no way you ate that fast. No fucking way."
Charles, one thing I wanted to ask you. So I remember when you started perfecting and throwing in the vacuum to your posing. And that completely changed a bunch of your shots.
Yeah.
How did you become so proficient with the vacuum? And what caused that? What caused this change?
I went back on my videos. I was trying to do the vacuum in 18 and 19 and 2020, and I just gave up because it was hard. I never could get it. And then when I took that break on during COVID 2020, and then I came back in 21, and I almost won Tampa Pro with my midsection because I have the short midsection, and then I had a double hernia surgery, and he kind of messed up. So I had to really start working at my abs and everything like that. And I almost won that show like that. And I told Matt, I'm going to learn how to vacuum. And he's like, you learn how to vacuum, it's going to change the thing. And I just, after Tampa, I said, I'm done. And I just went from 21 all the way up until the Indy Pro. I practiced that. And one day I just did it. And I just kept doing it. And I ain't stopped doing it. Shit. And just because it just made my physique, my proportions, and everything pop even more. You know what I mean? I got that little stubby, little short midsection. It made it long like that. And man, I've mastered it. You know what I mean? I just mastered that thing where now it's like it's nothing for me to do it. You know what I mean? So, and I'm gonna use that as one of my strengths. You know what I mean? Like that's just everything else pop with my muscle bellies and my lines. They some big boys, and I'm never gonna be the biggest boy on that stage, but I got some nasty, dense muscle, you know what I mean? And with that vacuum, it's like it's gonna draw your eyes to me, you know what I mean? So I can't wait to stand next to him because that's where I'm one of those where I'm gonna attack him at, you know what I mean?
Yeah, especially in that lineup.
Yeah,
it's a huge opportunity there.
Yeah.
How long would you say it took you to from where you like really started doing the vacuums to where you felt like really comfortable and like really seeing the results from it?
22. When I got after that it was like 20. No, it was like 21. The ending of 21 is when I got it. Once I got it and figured out it's not about just sucking in your air. You want to do it like a roll. Like you want to pull your belly button, roll your belly button to your spine. You know what I mean? You don't want. I want to roll my belly button to my spine, and it's like I was just sucking air in. Now when I roll that belly button, like my belly button is this elbow right now. So it's like a roll when I'm driving. It's just I'm driving that belly button back to my spine. And once I got the concept of it, it's like it's whatever. I can hold that thing for 15, 20 seconds. You know what I mean? So yeah.
That's dope, dude. Yeah, I had a small hernia surgery earlier this year as well. I'm like my midsection around my belly button doesn't seem as tight as it was.
Yeah.
Or just like I guess I just need to just gain control of that back again. And so like especially seeing like the way you've transformed yours makes me want to like really hammer down on that and see if that's something I can completely change myself, you know.
Oh yeah, my man. I will hammer down on it because it's gonna pay off for sure. Yeah, like we were backstage when we were backstage.
That's nasty.
Yeah, see, look, and that's still with a torn pec right there. That is still with a torn pec. And I tore my pec April of 2023. I didn't train upper body for 16 weeks. Wow. And then once I got back to training upper body, I was already in a deficit and in a caloric deficit to get ready for the Legion Sports. And I won Legion Sports in my pec, man. I was only training upper body for 2 months Legion Sports. So all my upper body in 23 was what I was able to maintain while with my torn pec. So that's why I know I'm about to be better this year, is because I was able to really hammer my upper body. And now I'm looking forward to an off season where I'm able to really get all the way into it. So I'm excited to bring something better than that right there, because that's a torn pec was like shit. 7 months after that, 8 months after that. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, it's such a crazy look.
It really is.
So this season, obviously, Tampa, we got coming up in 2 weeks. Going into Tampa, I don't know if you've said it at all, but do you plan on doing shows after, or is it Tampa one and done and then you're?
No, I was like saying, like, of course, if I go out here and win Tampa, I'm done. It ain't no need for me. I'm gonna be done because my goal is to get to the big stage and not just get to the big stage. I wanna, you know what I mean? So if that gives me a little bit more time to give my body rest, because that's what's doing good for me right now with all that rest. I don't want to beat my body down. But now if I don't win Tampa, then I was like saying I'm gonna go do Atlanta, but I don't like to do a show that following week. That's just me. I want to give my body that rest so I can know I can punch it in the mouth. So I just came up with this today where I would do Tampa, take Atlanta off, and do Texas Pro.
Yeah, that 1 week turn is tough.
Yeah, that 1 week turn is tough, and I don't want to do it. And I'm gonna listen to my guns. I'm gonna listen to my mind, and not do that back to back. No, I'm gonna wait. And who don't want to compete on the Texas stage? So fuck it, you know what I mean? So that's the plan right there.
That's what's up.
Hell yeah.
I heard you a couple times say motorcycles. So you ride a lot?
I ride, man. I was crotch rockets. I had Gixxer 600 R1, then I finished off on the CX10. And when I started bodybuilding, that's when I was like, you know what, this crotch rocket gonna hurt me. I'm about to body, so I sold it. And then after because I was saving for 23, I was saving for family, kids, this and that, and a relationship blew up. I said, okay, now I'm gonna go buy me a Harley, and I bought me a Harley and hopped on that motherfucking. You know, I was in Sturgis. I went to Arkansas. I'm St. Louis. I'm talking about. I've been driving all around the states, you know, with that bike. You know, we was up in Florida with our bikes, Arizona with our bikes. So it's like I lived those last 2 years, but I know it was some gravitational pull coming back to this bodybuilding. Like now, I just leave it parked. I'm not even riding it no more. When I was 14 weeks out, 12 weeks out, I used to just hop on it with no second guessing. Now I got that person on my shoulder. You too close now. You could wait 3 weeks. You could wait 4 weeks, or you could wait till after Olympia to ride that motorcycle, because you're going to be able to ride that years to come. You know what I mean? So I left that mug parked. Now I don't even ride it because anything could happen. I'm too close now. You know what I mean? So it's staying parked now. Yeah.
Yeah. Mike, you have a bike too, don't you?
Yeah, so I started on the crotch rockets too. I sold my last one when my son turned 2 for like, I got a young kid, like this probably isn't the best idea. And then, you mentioned the whole bodybuilding thing. We don't fit on those fucking things anyway. It look fucking ridiculous riding a sport bike. I just bought a now I'm blanking. I just bought a Harley 3-4 weeks ago because I just missed it, man. If you don't ride, there's no way to explain it to people.
It's amazing, dude. I got a Road Glide.
What'd you get, a Road Glide?
Yeah, I got a Road Glide. It's all decked out. I got the hydraulic system on it and everything.
Oh yeah, that's what I got, a Road Glide too. Yeah.
All right, so I got to ask you guys that ride, what is so drawing to it? Because I've gone back and forth. Like maybe that's something I have to pick up. Maybe there's something to this. Like I'm a boat guy, so I love my boats, but I want to know.
Yeah, you got to try it. Actually, there was a reel going around about somebody. It's just 2 guys sitting in a room, and someone's like, "What does it feel like to ride?" And it's the closest I've ever heard anybody explain it.
Keanu Reeves.
But you can't. I can tell you, but you don't know what it's like till you actually do it. Like when you're in a car, you're so isolated from everything. Like you don't realize the temperature changes every 20 or 30 feet. The smell changes every 20 or 30 feet. Like the feeling of the wind next to you. And like, yeah, we all know they're dangerous and vulnerable, but like that's part of the appeal of it. It's like you're so much closer to like, I don't know, like riding a horse than you are being on a vehicle. And it's just freeing, man. There's like,
it's peaceful.
It is. There's, in my opinion, and not that's just it's the best way to ride, but there's like no better way to clear your mind either, because it's just you and your helmet. There's no other bullshit around. It's just you got to try it once. It's not for everybody, but if you're interested, you got to try it once.
Yeah,
I've definitely.
I'd love to see Mike on a Harley.
I was in Sturgis last year. You know what I mean?
How wild is that?
Oh, it was wild, and you know what I mean. Ain't nobody out there, and I was still on hormone replacement therapy, but I was still on hub mode. I'm still walking around swole, and I have overalls on out there on my Road Glide. Oh my god! I got the 360 X3 camera. Everybody was looking. They're like, "What the fuck is that?" Oh man, it was the greatest time of my life, man. I hate camping, and I had the tent on the back of my truck. And man, we was only supposed to be out there for 4 days. I ended up staying 6 days. I'm like, fuck that. I'm staying 2 more days. And it was like the best time.
Dude, that is awesome.
Yeah. Ransom, what do you think? Should we fuck around and get a new hobby?
Fuck around and find out.
I think so, man. My brother-in-laws, they ride. They did dirt track racing for a bit. My little girls my little girls have been on motorcycles with them. I've never actually been on one myself.
Okay.
Yeah, I would love to, because I love actually mountain biking and shit. So I know I would love riding a motorcycle. I would love to. Yeah. I know it. I just have not pulled the trigger to get one at all. Mostly because of hearing all the horror stories from my dad when he was on the fire department from motorcycle accidents he'd seen.
Yeah.
And people I know that have been in them themselves. So it's like I want to do it, but at the same time, I don't want to fuck myself up on one.
And dude, 90% of it is watching out for what other people are.
And that's
doing.
what it is. Right?
Yeah, it's everyone else, and I think
it's everyone else on the road.
I'm so cautious on it, because me driving at UPS for 24 years, my head's always on a fucking swivel when I'm on that bike.
It will make you a better driver too. You
100%.
More aware of things around you.
I am sure.
But I will say, if it's something you're going to pick up, take your time, take the course to learn how to ride.
Ride your ride.
Yeah. Because if you haven't been riding for a long time, I've been riding since I was 18. Most guys that are been on bikes for a while, it's just like it becomes second nature. But it's just totally different. Right?
Yeah.
It brings you back to like learning to ride a bicycle for the first time. Except now you got a couple hundred horsepower under you, and there's cars around you, so it's the stakes are much higher. But
all right, what if y'all gonna judge me if I just like start out on like a moped or something small like that?
I'm gonna judge you.
Mike, that shit ain't even gonna. A moped isn't even gonna move under you, dude. The fuck?
Bro, 285 pounds. You think a moped's gonna move? You fucking kidding me? You're gonna give that thing a flat tire in 5 seconds.
I don't know. I kind of want to see him on a moped now, honestly.
Right. So what's the size like? Obviously, crash course real quick here. What's like the size bike that I don't know size or anything, but I'm sure there's sizes. Like, what do you start out as? It's like a bigger dude.
You being a bigger dude, you got to start out with a Harley, man. You got to.
Okay.
You can't do a cross rock. You don't want to cross.
You're not gonna fit.
Yeah,
No.
you
won't fit. You'll be so uncomfortable. It's not gonna be fun.
I think I like the vibe of like the Harley better, anyways.
Oh yeah.
I think that
I was so like against it for so long because it's like, you know, street bikes versus Harleys, and like I was like, I'll never own one of those fucking slow pieces of shit, and now I have it, man, and it's just a different kind of riding. It's just pleasant. There's no like rush.
Yeah,
I can't do the dumb shit I could do on a sport bike if I wanted to, so it's just better.
I've always liked the look of Indians.
They are nice. I was debating an Indian versus a Harley.
I like the way those look, honestly, and I think if I ever got a bike, I'd probably have to look into one of those.
Yeah.
What's up, Chris?
Hello. Sorry, I'm late.
You get talked about.
All right, what's the bike?
I'm not surprised with this bunch.
What's the bike? What's the bike brand I should stay away from?
I mean, if you're going for a cruiser, there's only a couple.
You see them on a fucking BMW.
If you're buying a BMW, you got money, bro. Like, fuck, those are expensive.
Mike's some good Ducati.
A Ducati.
Yeah. They make some cool cruiser-ish bikes, but man, I just start. The nice thing about Harleys too is you can go buy a used Harley for like 10 or 12 grand.
Yeah.
Right. You don't got to buy a $30,000 bike to start with because you're probably going to drop it. Right. So like, start with something used, something cheap, learn to ride on it. Something you're not like cursing yourself when it goes down. And then go from there. If you like it, great. You upgrade. If you don't, you get rid of it. You didn't lose anything.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll just drive it nice and slow, circles around my nice suburban neighborhood right here, and just get used to it.
Just get something really loud to piss off your neighbors.
Yeah.
You know, like a real throaty exhaust. You know what I mean?
I do got a neighbor next to me. His name's Mike as well. Hate him. He don't like me at all. So I need something I can get loud next to his house. So this is something I wanted to ask Charles. Since you've turned pro, what's the scene in like Minnesota bodybuilding? Have you seen it grow?
Yeah, since I turned pro, there's a lot. I've seen it grow, but it's but still, you get a wake up call with Minnesota bodybuilding. Like, this is where we is. But like, I even got a wake up call when I won the overall. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go get my pro card, and then you go to North Americans, and I run up on a dude. I'm like, "What are you? You a heavyweight?" He like, "Nah, I'm a middleweight." I'm like, "Shit, you a middleweight?" And then I'm a light heavy. I'm seeing the competition. And then I remember my first national show, Tristan Necco. You know who that is? He's a pro bodybuilder. Tristan Necco. He was one of the main things back in 2014. That motherfucker came with a vein on his chest. Doing the Macarena. That vein was doing all this on his chest. I told my coach, go get my pancakes ready. And I want this because I ain't getting my pro card today. And these motherfuckers, Minnesota set me up, man. I was like, I'm going to go get my pro card. I got 8th place my first time, which is still good. But nah, that was far from pro card. I'm like, these boys is crazy out here. Yeah. So,
are you still in Minnesota?
Yeah, I'm still in Minnesota. Born and raised in Arizona, though. And then I moved to Minnesota. So, you know, when I say where I'm from, I always say Minnesota because this is where I started bodybuilding at. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. Cool. Yeah, I mean, because I spent basically my entire career up until 2 years ago in the Northeast and Northern Mass and New Hampshire. And it was the same. I mean, like, you can do your thing in a small place like that, but it's different when you go to that first national show and you're like, holy fuck. Or like you move to a place where bodybuilding's more of a thing, like South Florida or like Texas, where like the gym's full of pros.
Yeah.
And I honestly wish I had made the move earlier, because not that you can't do it, but I really feel like your environment is a huge contributor to success in this sport. But for everybody listening, like, you can do it where you're at, man. You don't need to all the perfect environment, the best coach.
That's why I stay here in Minnesota. Is like, why go be a little fish in a big pond when I could be the big fish? You feel me? Like, I could help put Minnesota bodybuilding on the map. You know what I mean? And
there you go. Like that.
Really, like, you could say like the whole Midwest, since I've been competing, like the whole Midwest, like Midwest bodybuilding, because, you know, that's all of us right there. Like, I've been holding it down for the whole Midwest over here, because there really ain't been nobody coming out of the Midwest. You know what I mean?
No.
So,
Chris, how's prep going for you right now?
You know, now I'm extremely flat and very watery, so I think I look like shit. But
Okay.
it's going good.
what you get ready for?
It's going good.
We do North Americans this year.
Okay, nice.
Good,
Yep.
good. All right, so I want to at least get a little bit more bodybuilding talk in real quick, especially about Tampa. What are in your mind, like, what are your strengths that you're bringing up against these guys right now? Like, your separator.
You know, first off, my energy. You know what I mean? My energy first off, and then my physique, man, like my waistline and my proportions, my muscle bellies, you know what I mean? My lines and everything, you know what I mean? Like, you got Patrick Moore, he got some lines, but he ain't gonna be conditioned enough, you know what I mean? And then and that's just being real, you know what I mean? I
love it.
Hell
I
yeah.
fucking love it.
No lies
gonna
told
be
here.
honest. And he got some pretty shapes. Dude could, like, if he really came in shape, he could really do something, you know what I mean? But other than that, like, they weigh more than me on the scale, but I got some dense muscles, so I got them shapes, you know what I mean, in that waistline, you know what I mean? So, and like my quad sweeps, like the cuts in my lines, those shit's going all the way to my hips and shit like that. You know what I mean? That's what I'm known for, that condition. And we just on time right now. Now the glutes is in, you know what I mean? So it's like, okay, now they just gonna get harder. So yeah, I'm excited. Yeah.
That is a good point that you bring up, because I would say Nick and Joe from the front, neither of them have what I would call great quad sweep or great midsections. So yeah, I mean, that alone is a separator for sure.
Yeah.
Like, you're putting distance.
I think Joe's still a bit of an unknown. I mean, obviously, like Charles, you mentioned, he came up almost like exclusively in the time you were kind of stepping away from bodybuilding. And he's done so much so fast, like tissue wise. We don't even know what that's going to look like at Tampa. Like, it could be great, or it could be like, man, you might have pushed too far. We don't know yet.
Yeah.
The question I wanted to ask you on that, kind of along the line of the lineup here, is you've been at this a lot longer than all of us, at least in the pro leagues, you know, with respect to being in the pro leagues. Does this year seem different to you as far as like where guys are choosing to compete and when? Because I can't remember in recent time where you would have pro shows, non-Olympia, non-Arnold, maybe even non-New York Pro, where there's potentially guys even outside of first call out that are potential Olympians. Like, I feel like these shows are so fucking stacked, and it kind of like didn't make sense to me as to why everyone's waiting until right now to prep.
Yeah, because like at the beginning of the season, there were some shows where the lineups weren't that steep.
Yep.
In open class, they weren't like that steep. So like we were supposed to do some of those shows, but I was like, I felt like I would have been rushing. And then if I would have lost, I was like, oh, I should have gave it more time. So I pushed it back. And I thought I was pushing it back to a good time, or thought I was doing this, and shit, everybody just started saying Tampa. I'm like, well, fuck. Yeah, I picked the perfect show because Tampa's the show now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's crazy. Like, now these next three shows are about to be stacked. You know what I mean? Where some of those shows at the beginning of the year, the open class, they wasn't stacked. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it's like that's what it's coming down to right now. I know, like Nick, he's been lean for a long time. You know what I mean? He's been lean for a long time, and he could have easily just said, "Fuck it, let me go do Detroit that next week," and would have won Detroit and been qualified. You know what I mean? So I thought he was out of it. And then I even texted his ass, "Stay your ass out of Tampa, Nick." He was like laughing out loud. "What, bro? I'm in the lean bulk right now, laughing out loud." I'm like, "Yeah, right." 2 days later, he announced Tampa. I said, "You motherfucker." You motherfucker. I do. First thing I did, I called my lady. I texted her. I said, "Did you see what happened?" She said, "What?" "Nick's doing it." She said, I'm like, "Yeah, motherfucker." But it's all. I'm happy, man. Like, anybody can be beat. You know what I mean? This is body.
100%.
Like, this is bodybuilding. We all got to show up. You know what I mean? And like, I'm banking on some people not showing up, and I'm not banking on, like, I don't care if they bring their best. We gonna battle it out. But like Nick, they talking about if Nick could win the Olympia, Nick this and Nick that, and if Nick brings what he brought to Pittsburgh, I'm going to have to battle it out with his ass. And like I said, I look prettier than Nick. My waist is smaller. Yeah, this and that. But the way that motherfucker puts it together on the stage and the way he looks, I'm a fan of Nick. You know what I mean? Like, that's like, Nick is my peoples. You know what I mean? So it's like, if I got to battle out against him, let's do it. Like I said, it's bodybuilding. We got to peak. We got to do this. We got to do that. And I just know how I'm feeling and what me and Cameron got going on. I'm about to peak perfect, and I'm going to bring some shit.
Yeah.
They better bring their shit, because if they don't, I'm going to sneak up on their ass. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. Yeah.
I mean, I love this because, like, there's nothing I can stand less than, especially at the amateur level, guys are like looking who's going to do a show to decide if they should do it, man. Like, no, fucking bring the best you got, go battle, and if it's your time, it's your time. I mean, what do you gain by avoiding people?
You should want to do shows at any level, amateur or pro. You should want to do shows that you're going to have the most fucking competition at. Bottom line.
Yeah, because Nick picked it, and I hadn't really announced it to a few people. I could have easily been like, you know what, I'm going to do Atlanta. I said, fuck that. Let me post, I'm coming to Tampa too. And I did that because, like, fuck it, man, it's bodybuilding. Like he said, if it's my time, it's my time. If not, hey, we got other shows coming. You know what I mean? Yeah. But they're going to remember that battle and how you look competing up there. You know what I mean? So bring that into the next show if need be.
I think we should transfer into a couple listener questions here, but I think this is a good one to transfer into. Your first reactions or feelings going into the first Olympia you qualify for?
Like, I'm here.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if I get last place. I made it to the Olympia. You know what I mean? Of course, I didn't want to get last place. I wanted to be in at least that top 15, and I made that top 15. When I made it there, I was like, you're fucking shitting me. I made it to Olympia because I kept missing it with my first coach. And then I remember with my first coach, man, we used to wake up that day of the show and go eat some cinnamon toast pancakes at Denny's, and I used to eat this shit and then go on stage and wonder why I got second place. Because I ate all that shit and we kept doing it. And then when I got with Matt Jansen, the only thing I ate my meals in the morning, and backstage with my first coach, I mean Snickers, I mean this, I mean that. With Matt, I had a half a rice cake with peanut butter and some honey. And I was like, that's all I get? He's like, you want to win? I'm like, yeah. And when I won that shit, I'm like, oh, you shitting me. It was the best feeling ever. You know what I mean? The second best was when I won Mr. Minnesota. And the first best is when I made it to that Olympia, and then the top 10. Yeah.
You guys hear that? If you're listening, you don't need to pull a bunch of bullshit backstage. Like, if you're ready, you're fucking ready. What you do backstage is to keep you there. There's no candy and fucking a bunch of bullshit processed foods. Like,
man, it's no need for it.
No. And that's a great question, honestly. And I probably should have thought of asking that myself. This is my first Olympia this year, Charles. So I'm just like, it hadn't even hit me that it's a thing yet. I won New York, and it's like my mentality was like, all right, well, straight back to work. It hasn't even like really processed for me. I don't even haven't even like put that in context, but it's especially coming from somebody like you who's had the career you've had, to know that, like, I don't want to say that it's okay, but that it's okay to have that mindset of like, fuck yeah, I made it. Like I'm happy to be here.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I was gonna ask you, Mike. I was gonna ask you, and you answered it on your own there. Like, have you had a chance now that New York's passed and some times past to really feel some things about going into the Olympia?
Man, this is not that it's a bad trait, but it's like this is the other side of that blade that cuts both ways. Of like, my mentality is what got me here, but it's also the same mentality like doesn't let me acknowledge the fact that I accomplished something I was working 15 years for, right? Or whatever it is, 13. It still definitely hasn't hit me. It probably won't until I see, until I walk up those stairs to the stage when I'm the next one up and be like, fuck, like that's the Olympia logo right there.
It's gonna hit you before then. It's gonna hit you before then. Wait till you get to Vegas and you get around, that shit gonna hit you before then. You're gonna be like, motherfucker, I'm here. Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I had a better answer, man. But like, if I'm giving advice on it, if you have any similar mindset to what I have, like, try and find a way to loosen up and just acknowledge the things you've accomplished, even if it's not the O, right? Even if it's like winning your first show or getting your first overall, like, spend some time appreciating that, man, because most people don't get anywhere near it, even at the amateur level.
For sure. All right, let's go into like some more fun, lighthearted questions. We don't have to stay so deep and.
What do we got? Is it something fucking ridiculous or?
Honestly, nobody left anything like crazy, ridiculous. How do you want to leave your hand position?
There was ones from the other posts that a couple people put up after the fact.
Okay, pull them up. Pull them up.
1 second.
Yeah. Well, while Charles is gone, let's you said it's from the other post you made?
Yeah, it's from the other night. Some people like put them on after or like after the fact, or like during the other show.
Hey Chris, did you do your posing with Joey, or is that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Nice. How'd that go?
Oh man, I lost 2 pounds doing that.
Shit.
I literally sweated out fucking 2 pounds posing with them for 30 minutes. It was like my posing trunks, I have to like they literally soak completely through.
Damn, dude.
But there were a couple of poses that we wanted to work on, which we fixed for sure. So it was
which
good.
ones were you working on?
Ab and thigh, side tricep, front lat spread. Those are the ones that Jacoby wanted me to fix. But I made an adjustment to my front lat spread a couple of days ago that I realized I was fucking off with it. So once I made the adjustment, I hit that for Joey. Joey's like, "What's wrong with your front lat spread?" And I was like, "Oh, I made this adjustment like yesterday." He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "That looks fine." He's like, "That's good." So it was really just the ab and thigh and the side tricep we had to make some tweaks on.
Cool, man. I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got?
Yeah, you find it, Brennan?
I think one of them was like a DM. So.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Go on from what we got right now. I'm still gonna look at it.
All right, let me go back to these ones real quick. Where'd it go?
This is a good one. Would you rather drown or burn alive?
What the fuck?
Fucking Christ.
Burn. That's a good one.
Burn.
Not drown.
Drown.
100% drown.
Drown.
Burn alive? Or you're crazy.
Because the fire will like literally burn off the fucking nerve cells pretty quick. Drowning is supposed to be like one of the worst ways you can die.
Yeah, they say I've read that they say drowning's peaceful, but I guess it's not. Plus, like, I'm gonna be fucking cold and wet. Like, at least if I'm on fire, I'm just gonna be running around screaming. Like, I'm not gonna be thinking about anything. If I'm drowning, I'm gonna be like, oh fuck, I'm gonna run out of breath. And I'm fucking cold and wet. This sucks.
We waited to have Charles on to ask this shit.
Hey, you said lighthearted, so I fucking went after it.
That's fucking morbid and dark. That ain't fucking lighthearted at all.
right, this one's a good one. Which bodybuilding influencer would you be able to survive a 24-hour road trip with?
Fucking none of them.
Do you guys count?
We're not. We're influencers now.
I really don't even know any influencers.
Okay,
No, this is
I'll
actually-
say this. I mean, technically, he's been by Juju Mufu. I've been
maybe.
to hung out with him the times. I've done numerous YouTube videos with him like years ago. Dude is one of the most genuine people I've ever met in the industry, like for real, bar none. He's freaking awesome. I love the dude.
So there's actually to follow on with this because I haven't been doing this long enough to at this level to have the perspective you have, Charles. What's your take on this whole influencer shit? Because when you started doing this, guys were still getting the pros were still getting the big contracts. We were still the people driving the industry, and it's really not us anymore.
Because I was getting a big contract from BPI. I got a good contract from Redcon, and I was with Raw for the longest. But those contracts with BPI them and Raw back in the day, they was some good money. You know what I mean? Now it's just like people are just like you give them free supplements and they just post about it. You know what I mean? And it's like shit. And even before me, I remember I was talking to the dude that does all the pop locking and stuff, Freddie.
Was that Latman guy?
Yeah, Smalls.
Freddie Smalls.
No.
Yeah.
Pretty small.
Oh, Freddie Smalls.
Yeah, Freddie Smalls. And I was talking to a couple of them one time at a national show, and the contracts they used to get was like, man, $150,000 contracts and shit like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, like I remember, I know who else was getting paid like that was Regan Grimes was getting paid for a minute like that. He was getting big money like that. I remember I was with Nathan Diasha and he told me what Regan Grimes was getting. I was like, God damn. And this was 2018. Yeah, this is 2018. I was like, shit, he get what? I thought my little contract was fired. I was like, God damn.
And even that's way down from what it used to be. Like, I know of a few pros that were, like mid 2000s that were getting, $250K a year, $300K a year. Ronnie Coleman's BSN contract was $1 million a year.
Yeah. Crazy. Crazy.
Yeah. But now it's like now like they're gonna hire someone that's got 1 million followers that just posts dumb content, slowly walks taking their shirt off, looking real fucking suspect. And then they're just gonna sit there and blast coupon codes or whatever, and they're gonna make tons of money.
Yeah. So they were at the Arnold and they said they went to Arnold. This was a female that told me. She's like, we went to the Arnold and it was this crazy line for this influencer person. But then the line right here for like Ronnie Coleman or somebody right there wasn't that crazy. And it's like, she's like, I'm going to take a picture with the legends over here. But the influencer line was crazy. You know what I mean?
You're probably like looking at young L. It was probably like that young LA booth.
Oh, dude, I was there this year. We're gonna booth. The last time I went was 2016, where they actually had the expo because 2020, the expo fucking closed down. 2016, I remember the lines I had to wait in to see dudes and like get a picture with them was fucking nuts. Like even the guys that weren't like Kai's line, forget it. There was no fucking way I was waiting that line because it was literally like a 4-hour line.
Like C-Bum's line, crazy.
Yeah, but like this year, there was not a single pro in that expo who had an insane line. I mean, Nick may have like. That well, I think he was there Sunday maybe, but I don't know what his line was like. But like all the guys who were pros there who were at booths, like fucking big dudes, none of them had crazy lines. I almost got fucking run over when they opened the doors because people were sprinting to the young LA booth.
Yeah.
Just to get free t-shirts and meet the fucking Trend Twins or whatever.
Hey, but like, you know what I say? Get your money.
I don't disagree. If I could do it, I would.
I remember I was at the Arnold Classic in 2000. I was at the Arnold Classic in 2019.
Money, get paid.
And I remember I was at wherever Ian Vaya was, and him and I were just shooting this shit. And Bradley Martin's booth was right next to him, and there was a fucking line 2 hours long, and there were girls running up to Bradley like literally crying because of how excited they were to take pictures of them. Me and Ian were just looking at over there and looking at Ian, and I'm just like, man, times are changing. He goes, yep.
Yeah. I think the only influencer, rest in peace, that I would have spent a day with is Rich Piana, just to see what that lifestyle was like in person.
Yeah, Rich Piana was that boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next level.
I'm pretty sure I can tell you what that day would consist of.
All right, let's see. These questions really aren't like crazy lighthearted ones. They're a little deeper.
Ask them, it don't matter.
Yeah. When adding in intensity techniques, are you looking to progressively overload those, or progressing on straight sets and adding in drop sets, rest pause, cluster sets, etc., just for added stimulus?
I don't do a lot of that. Like all that drop sets, this and that, and that. I don't do all that. I just get it in. You know what I mean? I'm doing my sets, and like that's one thing I like when people are like talking about, oh, I did this workout and I did 5 total working sets. What the fuck is that? Like 5 total working sets where they like feel like they just took that one set to failure, so that's one set. No, I feel like the other day on there, I did 4 or 5 working sets. That's what I do. I'm doing 18 plates on a hack squat. I'm gonna do that 3 times. You know what I mean? That's 3 working sets. You know what I mean? That's how I've always trained, where I'm a high volume, high weight guy, and I'm always like in that 12 to 15 number. And that's always how I train. I never like the low numbers. I don't care. I just work. Like I did a YouTube over there, took a little ride, and we was on that hack squat, and the hack squat was killing me. And I straight up did like 5 of that same fucking weight that just killed me. You know what I mean? That's just how I'm a volume person. That's what I'm a volume person. A lot of volume.
The science.
I think too many people,
punching the air right now.
Too many people are like relying on intensifiers, and if like every fucking like exercise that you're doing, even when it comes to like legs, like if you're adding that many intensifiers, you're not lifting heavy enough.
That part.
I want to ask.
Sorry, go ahead, Mike.
No, I just wanted to ask Mike, because he's our resident professional when it comes to lifting weights and how to do it properly. Mike, if you find like a movement like that, let's say like hack squat, right? And hack squat's feeling good that day, does it make a difference over time how much variance you get in movements? Or can you be married to like one movement like that for a lot of sets and a lot of reps and get what you need for growth in a muscle group?
I think it depends on the way you train. If you're somebody, like Charles, it would seem that can go in the gym and like not have a set plan and kind of play it by feel, you're going to get what you need out of it, simply because like he's been at this for 20 years. Like he knows what it should feel like to train hard. And that goes for most pros. Like most pros generally train the same, but it's not identical. And the caution I would give anyone listening that's kind of newer is like, you're probably not intuitive enough to do that. And I think it's probably better for you to learn how to train statically, like come in the gym with a plan, do what you're supposed to do, get out. As you advance, you'll get some of that intuition to you of like, you know what, I was supposed to do hammer curls after this bicep curl, but this bicep curl feels really fucking good today. I'm getting all I need out of it. I'm just going to do 2 more sets of this. And the big takeaway, regardless of how you cut this, is like, there's no fucking right or wrong answer to this as long as it's progress. Charles is obviously making great progress. Anyone who's going to listen to this and say he's training wrong is a fucking retard, right? Like, you guys need to understand there's boundaries to the shit you guys think are laws, and we are not bound by them because we know better. The whole, like, I hate that training's kind of become this cultish thing, because it shouldn't be that way, man. You should be looking for what works for you. He's obviously found what works for him. I found what works for me, and that should be the end of it. Like, as long as you're making progress, I don't give a fuck.
That part.
Absolutely.
Yeah, bro.
If it fucking works, it fucking works.
I feel it's all about like one thing. I'm a big form junkie. You know what I mean? I'm a big guy where I get into that and I like to keep that same rhythm. When it starts to hurt, I don't want to speed it up. I want to keep that same rhythm because that's what got it to hurt. You know what I mean? So I'm a real form junkie. I had to relearn how to live because with my back, I got with my first coach and my arms was growing because I was pulling with nothing but arms. You know what I mean? So I had to relearn how to train back, not pulling my thumb over the bar because that's going to make you, use a little bit more back. And then even when I got real heavy and my knees started fucking with me, I lost my symmetry. I came back to the pro stage and they were like, Charles, what happened to your symmetry, man? You lost your legs. So I had to get back in the dungeon and really learn what works best for me. And I learned what's best for me, and I just stuck into it. And you know what I mean. And that's what got me where I'm at right now. You know what I mean.
Yeah, and on the form thing too. Like obviously, it generally feels better to train consistently that way. But additionally, like you get to the point where you're moving loads, like you're moving, like I'm moving, like Luke's moving, like most of everybody in here is a strong motherfucker. Like if that's not nailed down and you're not consistent with your execution, like you are gonna fucking hurt yourself. You hear Luke say all the time, like if one thing goes wrong on a lift, he's executing like he's breaking something, like something's breaking, right? That's where it becomes important. If you guys get this down early and learn how to do this young, you can learn where you can kind of bend and break some rules. But at the end of the day, man, you can't bodybuild if you're broken, right? Like you tear a pec like you did, you blow a bicep, you tear a lat, like you're out for significant amount of time, and that's time that's not spent growing. And in addition, now you're coming back with a ding on your physique that, as much as we like to say it doesn't matter, it does. Like the judges pay attention, they know, they see that. So there's more than just whatever is being spewed out there for the reasoning behind the way people are training. It's always deeper than that. And I think that's where most people are missing the boat.
Bottom line, bro, is progress. I don't give a fuck how you make it. You know what I mean? Like, don't matter to me what you're doing in the gym. If someone wants to run their mouth about how I'm training, about how he's training or whatever, and you can tangibly show me improvement year after year, month after month, shut the fuck up. I don't care. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. I don't care if you're lifting pink dumbbells or 500 pounds. It doesn't fucking matter. You know what I mean? So.
Right.
100%. This is an interesting one. How much has open bodybuilding judging on all levels been affected since the installment of Classic Physique? Has it changed which attributes are weighed more heavily in judging in open?
I think it depends who's judging the show.
I think it has. I think it's had an effect definitely on waistlines.
I can tell you 100% it's affected you 12.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, for a minute in open, there was like an obsession with vacuums too. And like vacuums for me, like they look great on some people and they look like dog shit on other people. And it was like Charles vacuum looks phenomenal. Me looks retarded. I'm not going to try and pull a vacuum. You know what I mean?
People do try to pull vacuums and it doesn't look good.
It just don't look right. It looks weird. But for a minute there, once Classic came out and they were all pulling vacuums, everyone thought it was like a flex, like a badge of honor. Like, oh, I can pull a vacuum. I got a tight waist. But it's not about that. It's about waist control. And I think that's the positive impact that Classic has had on the open division. They are on you for waist control, stomach control on stage. Like you're losing shows, even transitions. If that shit, you let that shit out, you're losing shows. You know what I mean? So
back when Rolling Wheeler and all that, all that started extended stuff. Was real bad, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and they didn't give a fuck. They was just get as big as you can. I don't care about your waist. And these dudes had turtle shell guts, and it got out of control. You know what I mean? But I think Classic kind of reined it in a little bit.
Do you think? And this is not how I feel. I'm just wondering. Do you think there's been an overcorrection at all to the point where the waistline
I think
too much power? In like, okay, you can have a quote unquote athletic waistline and you're the most muscle guy, but now you're not necessarily winning when you should be. Like, why don't you
just call Chris out? Goddamn,
I can fucking tell you. I can tell you this, Mike. It definitely fucking affected at least with me in my last show.
But I think like you can still have not like the most genetically gifted waistline, like guys like Joe and Nick going into this show. They have by no means a small waist, but
Yeah.
they're high level competitors. Nick's been third in the fucking world. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you can still do well without a small waist. I do think there's probably been a slight overcorrection to the point where people obsess over it, and like they're taking pictures of guys hitting their back double bicep from side shot, posting on Instagram, like, oh, look at his fucking gut. I'm like, bro, I don't give a fuck. I'm facing backwards. You know what I mean? So there has been like an obsession over it, but I don't think it's so bad to the point where you can't be a good bodybuilder with a average or even below average waistline.
Yeah.
I think it's more about stomach control. Like if your shit is protruding, like if you have a pregnant stomach on stage, that's the issue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, one of the problems I think is obviously, once again, we always circle back to social media being a problem, right? Like I think it was this week, Martin, there was some pictures of him guest posing, and it was like he wasn't even fully in a front double or something like that, and maybe there was slight bit of distension in his lower abs. And the headlines are like, is Martin's waist ruined? Is he blown out? And it's
that shit. Off-season shit pisses me off, bro.
He wasn't even in a pose. He was just standing there.
He was standing there. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, where do you guys think all this food we got to eat goes to get this bro?
I mean, that stage got a belly that could stick out if they don't hold it in.
Yeah.
Then you don't eat all that food, and then people take pictures and be like, "Oh, what's he doing? He hasn't changed at all in 2 years." It's just like, win with these motherfuckers.
That's real shit.
No, it is real. Chris or Brendan, did you guys get any questions on the thing that you posted? Did you actually post like a question thing, or was it just off the post?
It was just off. I just did off the post.
Okay.
Was that the ones that were on there?
I don't know what you guys.
Did
you get all these ones from last week as well?
This chicken asparagus felt like a cheat meal right now.
Yeah,
I know that feeling.
Yeah.
And what Cameron had me do is back off all my seasoning, and now he had me buy the iodized little salts. Now I'm doing like
you're doing a certain amount. How many? What? Probably 3 or 4 salt packets per meal.
I'm doing 4 salt packets right now.
Yeah,
and I thought it was gonna be nasty. That shit was delicious,
dude. It's fire, isn't it?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's dude. I'm telling you, I am so stoked to see you peak. It's gonna be gnarly. He's gonna have you looking wild.
Still with him and smoke a joint with his ass. Let's smoke a joint.
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
Me, Ransom, and him did that after nationals.
Yeah, dude. We sat outside just fucking smoking it up outside the hotel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now you're speaking my language.
Hey,
All right, bro.
I smoke pre-workout, but it got to be.
You do?
I don't smoke sativa. I got a sense of humor. I'm crazy. I'm energetic. I smoke that indica. I'm in the couch. I'm quiet.
Yeah, bro. Me too.
What's wrong with Charles? He smoked the wrong weed. So I can't.
Hey, bro.
Luke don't even. When Luke is high, he don't even know where the fuck he is.
Bro, yeah. If I smoke indica, bro, I'll fall asleep standing up. It don't even matter, bro.
No facts.
Sure.
Dude, Charles, my wife, she's an IFBB pro. She'll do fucking dabs, fucking
she's crazy.
rips. Like she'll do that before the gym every single day. And
function.
I don't know. I also watched her eat a friggin' 500 milligram edible and comes home and cleans the entire house.
Bro, she's a break.
I go over 10 milligrams.
I thought I died a month ago, and you'd be taking me to the hospital. I only smoke at night because if I smoke sativa or indica or anything, I just melt into the couch. You guys have all seen it.
Yeah. Some people be like functional highs, bro. Like some people get high and they just be doing everything. Not me. No shot.
I sativa shit during the day. Like what's crazy is closer to the show, like closer to nationals. Man, there'd be days, especially like the days I wasn't working, like I could literally like hit my vape and stuff like all day long.
Bro, I smoke a ton of prep,
and be good, but I feel like strangely it hits me harder in the off season than it does in prep. I don't know if I'm just metabolizing shit quicker.
It's because THC stores in your fat, and when you're leaner, your body metabolizes through it faster. That's why, like, I normally would do 5 or 10 milligrams of edibles in the off season, and now I'm doing 50 to get the same effect.
Okay.
Nah, but I could never. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and then I turn into a damn amoeba after that.
No, bro. I'm glad I'm low tolerance to shit because like 10 milligrams, that's more than enough.
I could never smoke before the gym though, but I fall asleep on the damn bench.
I love it. I haven't done it in a while, but I love it.
I smoke me a joint before every gym. I take my pre-workout.
So many of my boys do that. So many of my boys do that.
I go take my shit and I go to the car. Right when that pre-workout hit me, that sativa hit me, I go fuck some gym up. I go.
Some of the best sessions I've had have been like that.
Hell yeah.
I might fuck around and try it again, bro. Fuck it.
Nah, I can't.
I'm gonna come back, bro. I'm gonna come back next week.
The problem is overdoing it. Like, too many people overdo it. You need to get like just to the right level to where you're loosened up and good, but like, bro, I swear it helps you feel everything so much.
Dead ass. I'm gonna come back next week with a torn pack watch. I bet I did it again, bro.
He's not even able to find himself out of his own apartment after he's
We'll show up to the wrong gym, bro. I don't even go here, bro. How'd I get here?
He's sitting outside of Planet Fitness.
Oh shit.
All right. One question before we go for the night, because I don't want to keep Charles on. He's 2 weeks out. All right, your top 3 favorite fast food spots, because this is it.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, I need to correct. Hold up, I need to correct what I meant, because someone put this in the comments last week, and this is what I was saying. To me, fast food, you need to drive through. That's fast food.
Okay.
You need to drive.
Got it.
So that's why I said Five Guys to me. Like, yeah, it's fast food, but like it's not like McDonald's or fucking Burger King. It's not the same to me.
Okay.
Feel me?
All right.
Man, my favorite spot is Chick-fil-A. I love me Chick-fil-A. I love the Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
Good one.
It's not greasy like that. It's like, that's my number one spot I go to when I get a cheat, because even a cheeseburger is all that grease that. I get me 2 chicken sandwiches, 2 large fries, and 2 cookies, and I'm good. That's my little thing.
That's a good
That's what's up.
Those cookies are good too.
All right. What's the most overrated fast food spot?
Burger King sucks.
McDonald's.
Fuck off. You eat Arby's, bro. You're Ellen.
Yeah,
Arby's
fucking
guy.
Arby's. You're gonna say fucking McDonald's sucks.
You're gonna get fucking Chris fired up now.
Oh no, man. Whoever eats that place.
So there was one more related question to food that I thought was like kind of decent, because I don't think it's going to be the answer people think it is. It was, what's the first thing you eat when you get off stage?
Rice cakes with peanut butter and jelly.
Right? It's nothing crazy.
The first
cream of rice.
Put so much peanut butter and so much jelly on that rice cake and just eat that. That's the first thing I always do.
The first thing I want, bro.
Rice cakes with peanut butter and jelly, or rice cakes with peanut butter and honey is delicious. And once I'm done with like the evening show and I'm done with everything, like I chug a fucking Gatorade.
I was about to say the thing that I need the most immediately is something cold, bro.
Yep.
Like a cold drink or like fruit or something like that.
Yeah.
But then the next morning, bro, it's dangerous for me.
Yes.
Breakfast
it's pancakes out the ass, bro. Pancakes, waffles. I put myself in the hospital the next morning. I don't give a fuck.
I'm getting me a double bacon cheeseburger with pancakes.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Listen to this guy.
So I'm getting a mixture of shit. We got to go where they sell American food, everything.
Yep. That's facts.
Hey, Charles, the one thing I know you're going to look forward to is Cameron's peak, like, because he always throws bacon in.
Bacon.
Yeah, he just did that. He just did that on my moderate. When he raised my moderate day, he put that Applegate bacon. I said, "Hey, bro, what's this bacon?" He said, "Yeah, I I didn't brush my teeth. My beard was matted. I went straight to Target and got that shit real. Yeah, and I ate it last. I had all that food. I ate my bacon last. That shit was delicious.
Oh, dude, that's the best part of his peak.
Does Cam give you guys grass-fed butter at all?
Yeah,
I do ghee butter.
Yeah. We get Jacoby does grass-fed butter too a lot, and it's fucking amazing.
Yeah, Tuttle does that too.
Yeah.
Tell you.
So good.
Well, Charles, thank you for coming on, bro. This was
we appreciate you coming on, man.
It was nice to
Really
meet you,
appreciate
Charles.
it.
Sorry I was late, but thank you for coming on.
Yeah, bro. I popped on at the last minute, but it was nice meeting you, bro. And when you come down, I live in Tampa too, so I'll be at the show if you want to link up or whatever. If you need anything, just let me know.
Yeah, for sure.
He'll be late, but he'll be there.
I'm late, but I'm there, bro.
You can always rely on Luke being late.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show up. I just don't know when, but I'm gonna show up.
Well, look, man. Good luck in 2 weeks here.
Yeah. For
Yeah,
real,
good
man.
luck,
We're
man.
glad,
We're all rooting for you.
look crazy.
Glad you're in it. It's gonna make it interesting for sure.
Thank you,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Guys, y'all have a good one.
Yeah, go shock some people,
Thank
bro.
Yeah,
about
Oh,
to
yeah,
do that.
man. Good luck.
All right, man.
Bye,
Yeah, bro.
guys.